What's going on, everybody? GenXGames here, and today we're going to talk about Ark. Ark, gotta bless Ark. Good old Ark. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump in this session and show you what I've been up to. I wanted to check this game out right here on my quest to see if I could find something other than Conan because of that fighting stuff. So let me shut this water off. So let me see. I'm still getting used to these menus or these controls. They're kind of weird. All right, so I've been playing for 42 days and I'm at a level 81. All right, now to tell you about this game here, this game is not a bad game, I guess you could say. You can see you could actually build some shit. It's kind of cool. I haven't upgraded my stuff at all, although it's not from the lack of trying, okay? Now, one thing to tell you about this game, and just to show you where I'm at on the map, let's see if I can get to the map. I have a hard time with these controls, man. So if you look on this map here, I started out over here. You can see how many times I fucking died. I died more than this. You know, I think it only keeps the last 5 deaths that you've had on here. But let me just tell you, I started out over here, right? And then the next thing you know, there's these creatures that spawn up around here and around here and around here. I forget what one of them is called, the Resazine, whatever, some kind of medication. There's like a Spinosaurus or some shit like that, and yellow one. But there's a big Brontosaurus with like scales over here, like some Stegosaurus scales on the back or something like that. And these motherfuckers just tear shit up. So they're eating up all the creatures and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, so I made my way over through here and over through here, and there wasn't much going on over here in this whole area. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and do something right here. I decided to put a base here. Now I did go online to see kind of like what the hell's going on with this game, because it's only this little piece of the map showing when you first spawn, right up here. See, these controls are kind of whack. But anyways, and they said that there's some metal up here because I couldn't find, I was running out of resources. I was like, I leveled up to like a 60 over here, maybe even a 70, who fucking knows, just gathering resources. This game is very resource intensive. I just want to make that very clear. It takes a lot of fucking time to get resources in this game. So if you're into that kind of game, this is the game for you. So I'm looking at my notes, and the one thing I wrote down for sure, if you're starting out for this game, that you need to put all of your shit, whatever points that you get when you level up and all that kind of stuff. Like there's this little, where's this at? See these damn. So if you look at the right hand side over here, there's this diamond or jewel, that the jewel is basically in your arm. This levels up, and once you level up, you could go over here and add a point into one of these things. And the things that I suggest that everybody does, especially when you're starting out, and this is just for noobs, I'm sure people been playing this know this shit already, but I didn't. You want to put your shit into fortitude and weight. That's my opinion, because the two things that you're going to be fucking fighting constantly in this game are the elements, meaning the weather, and encumbrance, meaning you can't carry shit. So these two things you need to constantly do, because you're either going to be freezing or you're going to be burning the fuck up. Like sometimes in other games, if you have too much weight, you just move very slowly. This one, you don't move at all. If you cutting down a tree and someone's attacking you and you're over encumbered and your shit, this dumbbell over here is flashing red, you're just going to die. You're going to get eaten, get torn up, all that shit, because you can't move at all. So anyways, in my humble opinion, fortitude and weight. All right. Melee damage, you're going to want to boost that up as soon as you can too, including stamina. So those are the secondary ones. Even health, shit. But it really doesn't matter when you first start out, because these fuckers are going to just tear you up anyways. It does, like, it's crazy, man. So like I said, you start out on this one, and then you start gathering resources, and then all of a sudden you realize that you don't know where shit is, obviously, right? Unless you start exploring the map. The problem is once you start exploring the map, you're going to die. That's the problem. When you start leveling up, you come over here and you get these things called Ingram points, and then you start unlocking this shit. These first 3 things you just automatically get, but then you're gonna have to come over here and unlock all these things. And this ain't bad doing all these things. You know, I think you get up to here pretty good and no issues, no problems. The problem is when you get to unlock level 7, you go to the spyglass thing. And the spyglass thing, the first thing that you're gonna recognize that you need to get that's extra is crystal. And where the fuck you get that, there's all kinds of places on the map. But however, wherever you go on this map, you're gonna get fucked up, so you can't get there. So you're either gonna have to fly around on a guy like this. And let me tell you about this guy. I'll tell you about this guy like this later. But anyways, you're going to have to fly around on a pterodactyl, just go exploring, right? And there was a couple times where I had this, I think this is my third pterodactyl, where you just land, you know, and you and your bird get fucked up and they're gone. So then you got to go get some more resources, or hopefully you can make it back to wherever you land, which you probably won't because you're so low of a level, and go get your saddle if you made one. But you don't unlock that saddle for a minute though. That's the other thing. So you can't really go nowhere. Where is it at? See, it's way the fuck down here. But then you don't unlock this saddle until level 38 right here. Okay, so level 38 is when you can, well, at least in my instance, that's when I thought I could leave, right? But in all actuality, if you want to get off and move on to a new spot, you want to build yourself a raft right here, which is unlocked at level 16. This is what I suggest you do to start exploring or get off, move to a new spot as quickly as you can, is get this wooden raft, because you can't unlock that pterodactyl one until level 38. So I think that's about when I moved on, is once I became a level 38, yeah, and I could start crafting this. And I actually unlocked, where's it at? I think I actually unlocked this right here. This right here is when I actually left and move on. So level 56 is when I decided to go ahead and leave this first area of the map, because it didn't matter what, no matter what I did, if I got into any bigger creatures, I got messed up. Now I was able to tame a triceratops in a sense. Forgive me, I killed a triceratops and got the baby, and that was a whole thing on itself. But anyways, so this was the guy I was able to get. I think he started out at like level 30 or some shit like that. So I did that, and I got on a raft. I built me a raft, and I had this dude follow me, and we flew, right? And then I put this guy on the raft. So the raft itself looks like this, and it could carry almost as much weight as you want on this thing, from what I understand. I put a couple of dinosaurs on here, and I was able to take them and then have the bird follow me and all that kind of stuff. I even had boxes full of shit on this thing, full with, like, I don't know, arrows, bows, stuff like that. But anyways, going back to this game. So you go over here and all this kind of stuff. Now, obviously, I'm not playing this 24/7, right? You gotta sleep and you gotta do all that kind of shit. Well, what I noticed sometimes is after I turn this shit off, hit the start button, and you exit the main menu, right? And then obviously you close the game out and do whatever. But when you come back, I would notice that some of the shit I picked up along the way or during that time that I played, which would be fucking hours, I wouldn't have my shit. Like, some shit would be gone. Or let's just say a dinosaur that I picked up, I didn't have him anymore. Regardless of all that, I kept on pressing. Or I come over here and some of the resources I got wouldn't be there. So whatever, right? So you continue to play. You're like, never mind, whatever. Fucking controls, man. So I ended up building a spot right here, and I think a spot right up on the mountain. I looked at it, like I said, a couple videos, and there's supposed to be metal on the top of this fucking mountain right here, along with some crystal, right? So I made my way up here, and like I said, I don't have my deaths here, but I probably died, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, just right here in this area alone. Like, as soon as I might have died right here, because you come up here and there's there's raptors up here. There's those Thorazine or whatever the fuck they are with the claws and shit, the bird-like raptors with claws. And they ain't tough either, man. They're like level 2 or level 4 or some shit like that. But they fuck you up, you know? So I couldn't get up there to get any shit. I couldn't get there, and I couldn't get back down. Or if I did get up there, I get my shit, and then I try to come back down, and then I die. So it was just tough. That's with, if you look down here at the bottom, this metal sword, this crossbow, and this gun. I didn't have this gun yet, but I had this gun, and I couldn't survive with these things. But you know, that I'm sure that's part of the game or whatever, or whatnot. And with this armor, and right now this is like the highest armor that you can get, at least, let me see, for a minute. Yeah, so you unlock that armor at 56, and then you don't get nothing. See, 81, I'm at 81 right now, and the next piece of quote-unquote armor you get is scuba gear, you know? So then you start running into the problem of, okay, well, how do you get these crystals, right? So the only way to get these crystals, and even though, you know, again, you know, regulars might laugh, but at the time, this guy right here was a high-level pterodactyl, the highest one that I seen. I think he started out a 20 something, you know, at least some shit that I can knock out and get. But this guy can't carry shit. Like if I jump on this dude right now, well, let me look at this thing. This dude is 22 weight, 200 weight. And it took a lot of points to get to this motherfucker to 200, just so you understand that. Like a lot, right? And they can't fly for that long of a distance. Yeah, they're fast if they're light and shit. But if I get on him right now, oh, actually, he's pretty good. So with all my stuff, you know, he's pretty good. But if I went to go get any resources, you wouldn't be able to carry shit. God, man, get off this thing. So that was a problem in trying to figure that shit out. So what I would have to do is I would come with maybe some meat, maybe the gun, some water, because you have to have water. And those fucking pouches, they leak, right? So you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 pouches just to make it up to that hill to get some crystal. And I would have this sword right here and a pick. And that's what I would roll with. Everything else would be stored on my base with barely anything on it. And I'd have some arrows. I'd have these arrows right here and these arrows right here, so I could interchange them in case I did come across something I wanted to see and try to capture. But that shit never happened. Like when I went on these things, I never caught anything because I was too busy to get my ass whooped. Going back to this game. Now, all in all, it's a cool game. I ain't gonna lie. I can see how people really can like this game, and if I had that kind of a life, I would like this game, because the thing that you're doing in this game is grinding, and you're coming out figuring a lot of shit. And I'm sure at some point in the game, which I haven't really figured out yet, is these dinosaurs they're really your tools. And I'm sure at some point in the game, life gets easy, and I'm sure these guys make it easy, but you gotta find these guys and get these guys to make it easy. You know, like there's a guy over here, the dude with the claws and the bird, like raptor dude, the big raptor dude with the claws. There's over there. You can see I put a trap over there, and I just could not get that motherfucker in there. I couldn't get him in there. I probably died 5 times just trying to get him in there, and then I got pissed. I rage quit, you know, and all that kind of shit. But anyways, you do that over and over and over and over again, and just to build these things at this point, these stone ones, it takes forever, man, you know. And I just don't have that kind of a lifestyle to be even doing. Like check this shit out, man. Like this shit is pretty dope, right? Like look, you can see the welds in this bitch from connecting the iron. That's dope, right? Let me see. But yeah, so it just takes forever. Like that's the thing that's kind of turning me off about this game, is the grind is so hard. And again, even at this level, like I had to do 2 runs to get this amount of metal here, and I've already used this amount of metal. So just so you see, you understand what I'm saying? So you're grinding hard to get massive amount of resources just to get a few things. You know, like I should probably have already upgraded this base as far as this thatch shit, but I'm grinding too hard because every time I'm just getting thatch, wood, and fiber, I'm leveling up. Like I haven't even started on this kibble shit, but let's not even get started on that, because you start going over to this dope kibble, and you need focal chili. What the fuck is focal chili? An exceptional dinosaur egg, you know? Like, come on. You know, like where you gonna get all that shit? That means you gotta go explore, which is cool. Again, it's cool. But the time, man, you know. So again, that's my second run for metal. And the only reason why I got that much metal is because I jumped on this raft. You see what I'm saying? I'm already fucking dealing with this heat shit. It just popped up on there. But I jumped on that raft and I went way the fuck over here. And what's this over here? What do they call it? Herb Island or some shit? I wish it was some Herb Island, man. You need some herb to fucking play this game. But anyways, you go over here and you go to Herb Island or whatever you want to call it, and you don't get attacked. But on this mountain ridge, on the backside of this mountain, now mind you, here's another thing I learned, right, is when you come over here and you cross from here, unless you go all the way up around the coast, right, and come back over here, there's fucking big ass animals in this shit, man, and they will fuck your boat up. And I barely made it to this little island and here, and had to gather some resources or whatever to fix my raft. And then you still got to make this jump from here to here, which isn't that bad, to be honest with you. To go from here to here, it's not that bad. But once you get up in here, you're pretty much cool, all right? But on the backside of this island, there's a bunch of fucking metal, and that's where you get these fucking Ankies, right? Now, here's another reason that I recently found out, and it just caught my attention, or why maybe right? Maybe. Half the time, like, some of my resources were gone. Now, I'm not talking about like big shit, but I'm talking like maybe a gun, maybe some of your meat, maybe some bullets, maybe some of your narcotics that you mixed up would just be gone. And that's why you see me running over here. I come out here, blah, 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 and then I close this door, and then I come back in here real quick to explain it. There's a reason. It's because you got these little fucking dinosaurs running around looking like little mini raptors or tiny little white things or whatever. And then you have these fucking birds up here. Where's that one? Pelican looking motherfuckers. Where they at? So you can't see them now, of course. Oh, there's one, right? They'll just dive on you and attack you. And at first you thinking it's just an attack. And I'm like, cool, whatever. It's just an attack. No problem. But then the next thing you know, you kill a motherfucker and that motherfucker has your gun or whatever the fuck it is. So that's another thing. And finally figuring that out, okay, that got me down a little bit, right? I was like, okay, that brought me down. I'm not as mad. I guess that's a part of the game. Cool, I get it. But then I spent all this time, like I said, I got this guy, you know, leveled up to where he could carry a little bit more weight. I put him on my raft, and I actually went for the second run of this metal, right? But before I put him on the raft, I spent hours gathering. See, look, check this out. This is a fucking trip. So I built this raft up to have all this on here, right? And it was a stone one. I had all these things full of stone. So when I went across that sea, the whales wouldn't tear my raft up. Not only that, I built this roof so those things wouldn't jump down on me and take my shit, because they do it all the fucking time, man. And then you gotta whoop out your gun and shoot them bitches down and go get your shit, right? But I came out here, just logged on. You seen it earlier. There was no stone there, but it was gone. But now it's coming back for some reason, or at least halfway. So I was bitter because I was like, I had shit in here, you know what I'm saying? But it was gone earlier, and I was pissed. And that's why I made this video, because I was really getting pissed off about this shit. So I don't know what to really say about this game. I like this game. I think it's a cool ass game. Obviously, I haven't got the strategy down yet or anything like that. I do know, however, that there's a point that you're gonna run out of resources to this shit. Prime example was that crystal. In order to just let me get inside in case a bird comes to swoop down and shit. Prime example is that there was you get that spyglass right here, right? And you need crystal for it. Another example is when you get some of these fucking, what are they called? Saddles. You're gonna need some cement and paste. And that's why I came over here. Now, there was some over in the area when I first started, but it's just too dangerous, man. Here, at least you could go get it, and you could even get a beaver right here. And I had a beaver. But the motherfucker wandered off, and I don't know what the fuck happened. And like, there were two brontosauruses over there, and they just stomped it. So I had to go over there, get the fucking saddle off his dead body. And the same thing, I had a pelagornis, I guess it is, one of these birds that keep on swooping down and grabbing my shit. A bird just took off and did whatever it wanted to do. Ended up getting stomped by that fucking brontosaurus. So I got those saddles. But the cool thing about this place over here, basically what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to move and get resources and all that kind of shit. And I think right now, the hardest thing that I'm trying to get right now, actually there's two things, actually there's three things. It's the crystal, it's the polymer, and metal are the three things that you're just gonna need like mass amounts of. Because if you go in here and look to see what can be crafted, right, pretty much anything beyond this point right here, you're gonna start needing metal and polymer. Even fur. This fur shit is a bitch to get a hold of. But you got beavers, and those beavers give you that, so you could kind of like get that shit low key, you know. But you're gonna need some of that shit right here. See, crystal, cement paste, metal, everything else is gonna be metal up here. And then you get to this point right here. Oh, and oil's another thing. Now see, look, I need a drink. This is fucking hot. Oh, I made that tab too. That's pretty cool. So anyways, so where was I at? Yeah, because after that point, if you want to upgrade anything, you're gonna need the metal, particularly. See that? You're gonna need those white pearls for the electronics to build these things right here. It's very resource intensive, man. But then there's this shit, the canteen. Your life will change after you get this canteen, because you know it's just lighter. It's lighter than, I think it's only 2 pounds compared to that glass fucking bottle, which is 5 pounds, and that canteen's only like 2, which makes a difference when you're flying on a pterodactyl. But here for weapons, polymer, you know, metal, cement and paste, gunpowder, you know, whatever. You're gonna be doing that shit forever too. White crystals, electronics, those white pearls, you know what I'm saying? It's very resource intensive like a motherfucker, man. These darts, let's see what you need up for here. Simple armor, narcotics, yeah. So you better start making a lot of narcotics so you can start utilizing this tranquilizer dart too. You know, it's just it's heavy, man. It's heavy. But anyways, man. So that's just my thoughts on this game. Again, it's very resource intensive. Like I could spend probably no shit 6 to 8 hours on this game and not do shit. Just just probably build this fence right here. Just build this for 6 to 8 hours. Trying to survive, going back and forth. Staying out of the heat, upgrading these people, getting hide, getting the fiber, getting the stone, carrying the stone because you can't carry a lot of stone, transferring the stone to this animal so this animal can hold it, all this kind of shit, man. So yeah, that's just the way I think about Ark. But the thing that's pissing me off about this whole thing right here, and this is why I made the video today, is because when I came back to log on live, this raft was not like this, and it's still not right, and it's happened multiple times. So anyways, that's my thoughts on Ark. Although it's a good game, I think I might just have to put it aside because I think if you play Ark, and then again, this is on the Xbox, and just getting used to the fucking controls on this shit on the Xbox is kind of a pain in the ass. Now it might be different for PC players. Like when I'm watching videos, because I'm trying to see if there's any other issues, like with you not having your shit there, or you having to go back, or people just losing stuff. And I'm hearing that, man. But PC players, it looks like they got their shit straight. I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. Like I can't even face you. You know what I'm saying? You guys see the back of me. That's disrespectful. But anyways, yeah, leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this game. If you like this game on the Xbox in particular, because it seems like particularly on PCs, there's not that many issues. It actually rolls pretty nice on PCs. But let me know your thoughts on this game. Tell me what you think. And if anything, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Throw up a thumb. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one.